Welcome back, gang. Welcome back. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous day in New York City. Spring has sprung. Unsure if it is officially sprung. I mean, you'd think after 30 years of life, I would know when the official start date of spring would be. It's neither here nor there. We have a push day. Push day, probably going to be a little bit lower chest focused. Going to be at IronOasis East, which I have not posted a video at the new gym yet. This place is fucking sick. It's got the Lamborghinis, Ferraris of gym equipment, all prime. It's got some Mega Mass, Atlantis equipment. It's truly the fucking best. And the variations are unbelievable. So that'll be exciting. Maybe I'll do another video where I walk through everything. But yeah, it's like almost 80 degrees right now. I'm just walking to the gym, soaking, if you will. Yeah, that's about it. So YouTube is back. I'll see you in there. All right, we're starting off with some flies. I usually don't, but for today, I do want to do incline press, but I still want to do a little bit of a lower chest focus. Also, my shoulders are so sore, and typically when my shoulders feel like that, I want to pre-fatigue a little bit. Therefore, when I go over to my pressing movements, it'll require me to do a little less weight, a little less stress on the shoulders. So we're gonna start with 5 sets of these, 2 moderate warm-up acclimation sets, and then 3 working sets. Really just try and get as much blood into the chest as we can before you go over to pressing. Sometimes I like training chest when I'm like a little bit sore. Not too sore, just a little bit. Because then you just overly feel the stimulation. You know, like when you're really sore, anything you do, anywhere you move that muscle, you feel a little bit of an ache. Right when there's like 10% of the soreness left and you're training that particular muscle, every single stretch and contraction, you feel it in such a good way. So that's right where I'm at. And it's a real treat right now. So I was gonna wait until after this exercise to pop the top, but what are we waiting for? I mean, what are we waiting for? Those little half reps at the end right there. Whew. Feels like you're inflating a balloon. Next we're doing a plate loaded incline press. You're gonna notice I'm kind of just gonna do half reps on these. So I'm gonna do 5 kind of half quarter reps at the bottom and the full at the top. Just for me, my anterior delts, they just keep overcompensating. So what I'm trying to do is essentially get the chest in a position where I can try and shut off my anterior delts, turn them off, stimulate the upper chest, and focus the movement around that. I feel as of late, if I'm doing a full press, for some reason, just through years of training and overcompensation, it's very hard to isolate the upper chest and turn my anterior delt off. So this is one of the ways I do it. It seems to be working, especially since we did pre-fatigue with the fly. That's where all the blood is. That's where I feel. So it's almost easier for me to feel it on the upper chest when you pre-fatigue a little bit. I think I'm gonna call it after that one. It's not feeling as good as I wanted to. Like it's good enough, but I think I'd rather mix in, because I still need to do some overhead press. I'll mix in another decline instead of like the extra 2 sets I'm gonna do here. But listen, if you just end up spamming a million different flat, decline, incline, shoulder presses, like tail end of your workout is not gonna be very efficient because your triceps are gonna be so fatigued from all the pressing. So I'm gonna save 2 or 3 of these sets for a decline and then do a little bit more isolation and then finish off with some shoulders. Next movement, we got a plate loaded decline. Now, when you hear decline, you're gonna think that I'm trying to target the lower chest. While that is inherently true, people don't think that, or people don't realize how much a decline can impact the upper chest. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a very particular hand placement that's a little bit narrower, allow for a deeper stretch, and I'm also positioning myself as to where my hands are coming at the bottom of the rep towards the top of my shoulders. For most declines, they'll be a little bit lower, like bottom of the nipple. You'll see mine are a lot higher, and that's going to make this a lot more of an upper chest biased movement. And a big proof of concept here is look at people that have some of the biggest upper chests. They are guys that do a shit ton of weighted dips. These CrossFit calisthenics guys, their upper chest is absolutely insane. It's because doing a dip or a decline really does align with the upper chest fibers. And with decline, that's where you're getting the most stretch. So in my opinion, from what I've seen with myself, how it feels, and also just observing other people, decline is one of the better upper chest movements that you can possibly do. So hopefully I can showcase that here and give you a little taste. All right, so to finish it up, we got dumbbell lateral raise, but we're gonna do we're just gonna do 3 light sets of dumbbell, and then we're gonna do machine lateral raise compound set with shoulder press. So this right here is more so just get a little blood in the delts and kind of prep for our finishing set. So you're just gonna do a set of 15s, 20s, and 25s, and then we'll go up. All right, change of plans. That felt really, really good. We just superset 15s, 20s, 25, 20 reps for each. And your shoulders feel super isolated, super fried. So I was just going to do one set of those and then go up and do that superset of machine laterals and shoulder press. But I did a lot of pressing. My tries are kind of shot. So I'm just going to do two more sets of this just because it felt so good. And then I don't have to worry about the press. Save my shoulders a little bit, as in my joints. Whew. So I've been doing that recently on my lateral raises, and I'm going to implement that into other styles or other parts of my workout. It's been feeling incredible. So it's like a reverse drop set. So instead of, starting with a 40-pound dumbbell and then doing AMRAP and dropping it down like 30, 40%, I kind of do the opposite where I do a lighter weight, high reps, get the blood in there, and then I go up the weight from there. So I start really light, then increase it around, usually if I'm only doing 2 sets of dumbbells, so like 25%. And there's just something about that pre-fatigue component to it that helps you isolate the muscle, burns you out. I mean, I did just 3 sets of that. I can't lift my arms up. So I'm gonna find out ways because it's very easy with the lateral raise, and probably the same thing with any really arm movement like a bicep curl or tricep extension. But I'm gonna see how I can incorporate that reverse drop set in other exercises for somewhat compound movements and see how it affects my body. So that's a wrap. So we kind of changed things up as we went. Today was definitely more of an upper chest day, for damn sure, but it felt really good. As I keep mentioning, I'm trying to fill out this little pocket. As you see, the right side is a little bit bigger than my left. I got like this little dip in between my upper chest and my anterior delts, but on this side I don't have it. This one's a little more filled out, so I got to keep working on that. Feel wide. Posing definitely needs work, but we're definitely getting the basics down. So I'm gonna do a little more posing right here off camera, practice, kind of lock in, and yeah, we'll get better at it. But we got time. We still got 10 weeks, so we'll dial it in over the next couple months here. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope this was a good one. Remember, share, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.